What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for watching another video. Today we're going to be working on the S3. I already have the hood popped open. We're going to be installing a cold air intake and an inlet tube pipe for the car. So we're going to be replacing this entire factory airbox system with the inlet tube right back there, which should be pretty simple to get to right back here on the turbo. So we're going to be doing that today. I know I just got the car, but getting straight to the mods just so, I don't know, I want more turbo noise in the car, and it should free up more airflow because the stock inlet tube is very restrictive in the car. So let me show you what I got. I already opened the box. I was very excited. So we got the new filter, and again, this is from CTS Turbo. This was on sale for Black Friday, so that's really cool. But all the hardware, silicone pipes, clamps. This, I believe, I didn't open this up. This should be the inlet. Yep, this is the inlet. So it looks pretty good quality actually, but here it is, CTS as well. And the hard pipe for the intake is right here. So we're gonna get to removing it. I'll show you how to install it, and we're gonna get some before and after sound clips of how it sounds, obviously before and after. All right, guys, first thing we're gonna do on the stock airbox, we're gonna remove, there's a bunch of T25 Torx screws all around. So I'm gonna start by removing those so we can take off the airbox and get access to pulling off the stock intake hose. I wish I had power tools. This would be much faster and easier, but that's all right. Hand tools work just fine. You don't have to take these all the way out either, so you don't lose any of them, but these do not fully need to come out. And it's nice because looking through the airbox, usually you could tell if a car's modified before you bought it, and there's no scratches anywhere on the intake box or on the screws or anything. So it is nice that this car most likely never had anything done to it, so I'm the first person, unfortunately, that's gonna ruin it, but it is what it is. Okay, so that should allow, oh, one more. Okay, so this should allow, yep, everything to pop up. There we go. Oh, this one might need to, again, you don't have to pull them all the way out, but you got to pull them up enough so that the box can come out. There we go. Also, you're gonna have to remove this vacuum line that's right here. So you should be able to just pull this off. If not, maybe you could pry it off with a flathead a little bit, or get some like WD-40, but you don't want to break it. So you can spray here to just pull that off. All right, guys, now that this is popped up, you're gonna want to use, I use hose clamp pliers because these are the easiest things. You could use regular pliers, that'll probably work perfectly fine, but these are just much easier to be able to work with these annoying spring hose clamps that just like to pop back into place. So move that out of the way, and now the entire airbox comes out, and you're able to remove the filter and the complete airbox right here. All right, guys, so next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna remove this coolant line. We're gonna pop this out of the way. Be very careful, especially if the car's a little hot. I'm gonna move this out of the way, and we're gonna be removing these two T20 screws, and then we're going to just, so let's get these out of the way. And then this whole front piece should just pop off. Yep, let's see, yep, there's one. Yep, there we go. So to remove the airbox, you just gotta pull it up with some force. So now the airbox is all removed. Now we have to get the stock intake hose off. There's gonna be a 7mm clamp right there. Right there, you can see. So we're gonna be removing that so that we get access, so we can pull this off, and then we can start working on the inlet tube. So I'm gonna be using just a regular little ratchet with a 7mm socket. You can also use an open-ended wrench, but it's gonna be kind of tricky to get down in here. So you're gonna have to find the right angle because there's not a lot of room to get to this clamp. So just be very careful. There we go. I find it easier just to hold the tube up just to get more clearance, and you're able to loosen the clamp pretty decently. Is that enough to get it out? I don't think so. see, there we go. So this is what we're loosening right here. So that's a little tricky to get to, but now we have full access to the inlet tube, which is right there, and that's what we're gonna work on next, to pull that off so we can install the CTS, and then we can go backwards and install the brand new intake. So next, for the inlet tube pipe, we're gonna be removing, see right there, that little T30 right there. We don't have to completely take it out, just get it, there we go. Just get it loose, and it'll allow this to freely move, yep, back and forth a little more because it's still connected to the back bracket. But again, you don't have to remove this entirely. Right there is good. There we go. Now we have some wiggle room, and then we're gonna be wanting to move this towards the firewall. Be careful with your PCV here because you don't want to break it. I'm gonna be worrying about that right after I get that to move over, and then I'll pinch it to be able to pop it out. So now that the T30 is loose, we're gonna want to take the inlet pipe and there we go. You turn it towards the firewall, and it should just pull out. Now for this hose, I'm assuming we just probably may set this down, and it might be easier to actually remove it before, so you have some force with being held on. Let me see. This should just pinch. There's a little bit of oil in here. That should be normal though. There we go. So just a little bit of force, you squeeze it and it comes right off. So now you have the inlet tube, and then your turbo is exposed, so we can start installing the new inlet tube with the new intake. All right guys, and just for comparison, so this is the stock inlet tube. You can see how small the diameter it is right where it goes to the turbo. So that restricts a lot of airflow. The new one, this is the CTS one, it is much bigger, as you could tell, compared to the old one. So here are both. This is a lot bigger. Even the outlet size of it is much bigger. Here's the, so this should allow less restriction when installing, when obviously it might result in maybe the turbo spooling up a little quicker, better throttle response and stuff like that. So this is definitely a recommended mod for your Golf R, you know, GTI, A3, S3, etc. So let's throw this on the car. Hopefully this will make the car feel a lot better and a lot peppier. All right guys, so the process, we're just gonna be working backwards now. You're gonna wanna make sure you're gonna lube up this O-ring just a little bit. I took just a little bit of the oil from the other one that it had and just rubbed it around. So you're gonna put this in. You're gonna wanna start the same way. You're gonna turn it towards the firewall of the car. A little tricky. There we go. So, go in. Then you're going to want to turn it towards the front of the car. There we go. That is very secure. Then we're going to want to, the T30, we're going to want to start to tighten that back into the bracket of the CTS one. Make sure that it's lined up and the screw's actually going in. And yes, it is screwing in perfect, so that's what you want. That ensures that you do have it in the correct orientation. Don't want to overdo it either. There we go. So that's in. You're gonna want to turn it, and then you're gonna resecure the onto this one. There you go. Tighten up this bracket a little more. Perfect. Okay, all nice and tight. So that's what the new piece is gonna look like. Hose is connected back on there, and the T30 right there as well. All right guys, so we're gonna get to the intake portion. It comes with new hardware, so the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take the silicone coupler and one of the clamps provided, put it together. So this is going to go on the new inlet pipe now. You want to orientate this clamp in a way that's going to be easy to get to, because it is a pain. So let me tighten this up a little bit so it's easier to get access to. Okay, so just tighten up the clamp a little bit just so it's going to be a little easier to get in there. So I'm going to get my screwdriver in here. Okay, almost there. If you use a small enough screwdriver, you can definitely make this work. Socket obviously would be recommended, but there's such limited space in this area that I just feel like maybe using a small flathead and putting the clamp in the right orientation makes it a little easier. I'm not a lefty, by the way, that's why I switched hands, but there. All right, so that's nice and tight. So now in the secondary, and now we can install the big intake tube. So same thing, clamp on bigger side now, put the new intake pipe into the silicone coupler. At least I know it'll be nice and tight in there because it's an exact fit. All right, guys, so now that everything's secure, all we got to do now is just put the filter that CTS provides. And like so. Get that nice and snug on there so it doesn't come off. Perfect. So that's what we have right now. And now all we need to do is just attach the shielding that goes around it. That should be pretty simple. All right, guys, so here's the finished product. Intake's on, filter's on, the little base that the intake goes into, and the OEM like cowl thing that the air flows into is all back all together. So the install is pretty simple. It should take no more than like 30 to 45 minutes. It looks really clean. I love the way it looks. Now, I'm gonna be inserting a clip from a before and after with the intake. So let me do that. Alright guys, so that's going to conclude the video. I'm going to leave a link to both the inlet pipe and the intake in the description in case you guys want to get it for your Golf R, your GTI A3, S3, etc. So honestly, it sounds pretty good. I'm going to go take it for a drive and see how much different it sounds in stock, but you could definitely tell that it is louder and it's probably going to make more turbo noise, which is what I really wanted. But anyways guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It lets YouTube know that I'm doing a good job, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.